This is the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1985. In this video, I'm going to partially restore the system, as there are a few known issues. However, I did not do much testing prior to the video, so there may be some unknown complications that arise as well. Another thing to mention, something that brought some excitement was when I was first looking at the system, I so happened to find Super Mario Bros. Inside. I mean, one of the most popular video games of all time, right here. So, getting into one of the main issues with this system, it seems that the game tray does not engage or does not seem to stay locked in place when you push down. So we will have to investigate this further as we disassemble the system. Here is another rundown NES, and this is what the game tray is supposed to do. As you can see, it locks down in place and stays there. It engages properly. So this is what we want to happen on the other NES. So I am going to plug in the system to show you what is currently happening here. As you can see, the red light is flashing, which means the system is not reading the game. So I'm going to go ahead and try and wiggle the game or blow on it to see if I can get some sort of reading here. So we did get a picture for a split second, but I think it's time to try something else, as this clearly is not working. I'm going to go ahead and use some isopropyl alcohol here to clean the contacts on the game, even though it says do not clean with alcohol on the back of the game cartridge. So I'm just taking my Q-tip and working it in there, trying to remove all the grime on the surface, applying a decent amount of pressure. It seems that we are cleaning off some of the gunk, as the end of the Q-tip is getting black in color. So I'm going to do a little more rubbing here to see if we can get some more off. Well, it seems to be getting off some of the gunk here. So let's see if anything changes. Well, would you look at that? All it needed was a brief clean with some alcohol. The game is up and running. Now, what I'm going to do next here is just clean the exterior of the system with some alcohol. Unfortunately, I don't have the materials to do a retro bright clean, but I'm just going to use alcohol to take the surface dirt off the system here. Whoops, I think I took a little of the red paint off the text there. Okay, and now I'll do the controller here. Okay, I think we got most of the dirt off the surface. I think it's now time to dive in a little deeper. I'm going to take a number 2 Phillips here to remove the 8 screws on the bottom of the system. Okay, now we can flip it over and remove the top cover. This is what the inside of the system looks like. We have the motherboard and game tray under the protective sheet metal frame, and there is some noticeable dust here and there. Here is a view of the game tray locking mechanism. It appears to work if I push down firmly. I'm not sure if you guys can see exactly how this works or not, but basically there is a small metal pin and it is supposed to be locked in when you push down, and when you push again, the pin should release and the game tray should spring back up. So I am now going to remove the screws that are holding the protective sheet metal frame on. Okay, and now I can just wiggle the cover off here and set it aside. And now we have some more access to the game tray and motherboard. And we also have access to the 72-pin connector, so I'll also clean that with some alcohol. Okay, and now I'm going to take another Q-tip here and just clean the surface dirt and dust off the exposed part of the motherboard. Now I'm going to remove the screws that are holding the game tray in place. And now I can kind of pull up and wiggle on the game tray to remove it. And now we kind of have a closer look here at the whole game tray. Wow, that's interesting. The tray is really easy to engage now that it is removed. Here might be a better view of the locking mechanism. I think it's actually kind of interesting how they designed it. So now we know that the game tray works fine when removed. So now let's take a look closely at this motherboard. It seems to be actually in pretty clean condition. What I'm going to do next here is just take a Q-tip and clean the 72 pin connector with some alcohol. Now I'm going to do the inside here. This is where the pins directly connect to the game, so these might be a little more dirty. Okay, and now I'm just going to set it back down here. And I'm going to clean a little bit more of the motherboard just to make it a little nicer. I'm also going to try and blow a little bit of the dust out underneath the motherboard. Alright, and now I think it's time to start reassembling. I'm going to reinstall the game tray here. Well, it doesn't seem to engage very easily now. I think I'm going to try and loosen up the two front screws, see what happens. And I'd say that's about perfect right there. And now we can take the rest of our pieces and reinstall them. And there we go, that is what I call a partially restored NES. Now, this is my first time doing a video like this. I'd appreciate some comments, let me know what you guys think, and if you guys enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing. Maybe we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching!